Hey everybody, ThriftyTheresa here. It is time for the first sales video for the year, January 2016. This is for the first half of January, which would be January 1st to January 15th. In those 15 days, I sold a number of items. I sold 11 items in total. I have a small goal for the year that I haven't really talked about, but my tiny goal for the year is I would like to have one sale per day. So far that hasn't happened, but there is always time in the year for the numbers to catch up with themselves. At the end of the year, I would love to be able to say that I have averaged one sale per day, which would be 364, 365 items. I think that's pretty reasonable of a goal to have. So let's see if that happens. Here's the first 11 items that I sold in January. Before I get to the little slideshow and tell you what I sold, I will go ahead and just give you my numbers. For the 11 items, in profit, this is after fees, shipping, cost of goods, blah, blah, blah. My total profit was $114.93, which averages out to $10.45 per item. Pretty good, given the fact that I sell some pretty cheap stuff and then some moderately priced stuff. For my one sale a day goal, I do not care about dollar amounts. I'm not worried about that at all. I would simply like to have one sale per day, and if that's a $4 sale or $5 sale, I'm okay with that. So let's talk about what sold. First item that sold, first item of the year, January 2016, was this Girl Scout cookies pin. This sold for $6. The cookies are here, which is really exciting. So Girl Scouts of America, great memorabilia. Next item that sold is this set of playing cards with these beautiful pheasants on them. Absolutely gorgeous. This was an international sale. This went to the UK. Or no, sorry, actually this went to Australia, I think. UK, Australia, who knows? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do remember this was an international sale. This sold for $12. Next item is this beautiful black and blue lacquered tray. It is a very small wood tray, but it had this heavy, heavy, thick lacquer finish on it in this dark, dark black and this beautiful sort of peacock pattern in the center. I love this little tray. It was one of my favorite items in my shop, so I'm kind of sad to see it go, but I'm glad that it did sell. This tray sold for $10. Next item here is this little set of Cabbage Patch dolls. This is just a little vinyl figurine that stands there. This is a little vinyl figurine that was more posable. You can make her sit down and she has this little baby doll in her hands. She also had yarn hair, which I'm sure you could play with. I got these in a bag full of little dolls and My Little Ponies and a bunch of weird stuff a while back. I just threw these online together since they were both Cabbage Patch dolls. Not a lot of value, but I sold them for $5. Next item is this gorgeous tin canister. It's this pressed metal canister. You can see here on the inside how this is pressed, and it's the fake faux enamel just painted on the tin there. Very beautiful, very bright and colorful. This is another favorite item that I'm sad to see go because I just thought it was beautiful to have in my shop. But somebody else thinks it's beautiful too, so they bought it. This canister sold for $15. Next thing here is a set of Holly, Hobbie, and Robbie plates and dishes. This sold to a customer in Canada. This was an international sale, so they paid $12 for the items themselves and then $12 for shipping. Next thing here is this set of playing cards. You'll have to There we go. Get back to the regular picture. This is a triple deck set of playing cards for a game called Samba, which is a version of Canasta. Now, I don't know how to play Samba or Canasta, but they have all 3 decks of cards that are all the same pattern on them. So there must be something to it if they need 3 decks. Beautiful box with this gorgeous coloring on it. And then, of course, I had zoomed in here. The images on the cards were absolutely gorgeous, too. This lady and this, what are those things called? Gazebo? Yeah, I was going to say gondola. This guy's got a gondola here. Anyway, gorgeous set. This set of cards sold for $15. Next item is another favorite. I kind of wanted to keep this and do it for myself because I've never seen anything like it. This is a craft kit that was sealed from 1988 with this rad unicorn on it. This type of craft kit is called a tuck and cut activity kit. You can see it's got this tool here with this little pointy end on it. And you've got this cardboard image with the unicorn on it that has all these lines. If you can see these lines, what you do is you take this big thick yarn and you tuck it into the lines on the item. So you got a row of yarn here, and then a row of yarn here, and then underneath it. So here's I think I got another image, sort of a close-up of what they do. You tuck it into one end, and then you tuck it into the other end, and then you snip it off, and then you make your next row. So I'd never seen anything like this before. The customer that purchased this left me a lengthy message on the order sheet saying, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen one of these in a really long time. I love this type of tuck and cut yarn kit. If you ever come across any more, please contact me." So here's a shout out to all my other sellers out there. If you ever come across one of these tuck and cut yarn kits, let me know and I can pass your information on to this buyer who was really excited to find this and is really eager to want more. So if you ever come across something like this again, give me a shout out and I will put you in touch with that customer and you could get a good sale. This kit sold for $18. Next item here is the set of brass bookends with this scallop seashell pattern. Very heavy bookends. I am a little surprised that this sold. They've been in my shop for a little while. They've been favorited a lot. I had 20 people who favorited this item. But I gotta say, this style of bookend, this brass seashell thing, is all over Etsy. There's tons of them. Dozens and dozens and dozens of these seashell bookends, and they're slightly different. You know, each of them have their own different shape and stuff like that. Some of them are priced high, some of them are priced low. I put mine somewhere in the middle, so I'm kind of surprised that mine sold when there was considerable number of them that were way less money than mine. But somebody chose me. Yay, I'm lucky. So this set of seashell bookends, I sold mine for $20. But I probably would not pick up another set of these items again if I saw them at the thrift store, just because I now know that the market is flooded with them and the potential for profit may or may not be there, especially with how heavy they are when it comes to shipping. Your customers might not want to pay a lot of shipping, and these suckers are heavy. Next item here is this little coin bank that is shaped like a British Postal Service mailbox, a Royal Mail pillar box, as they are called. It's got a little coin slot there. It's also got a coin slot on the top. This whole thing was made of metal except for the rubber stopper. This was a cute little piece. It had a tiny little nick there, but the customer was fine with that. This item sold for $25. It was in a recent haul video. You might remember that. And lastly, last sale of this period, I believe this was also in the same haul video, is this beautiful trivet with a rooster on it and this nice little story about your kitchen. This item sold for $15. One of my YouTube followers who saw my haul video actually said that they had a trivet like this in their kitchen growing up. So that's kind of cool. Again, this sold for $15. So in total, my sales again, profit. My profit was $114.93, which averages out to $10.45 per item. So I'm really pleased for the first half of January. That was 11 sales in 15 days, which is under my goal of 1 sale per day. But we've got the rest of the year to rock and roll and catch up with those numbers. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will come to you later in the beginning of February to give you my second half of January sales report. I'll talk to you then. Bye.